Hello everybody and welcome to Uproot Reddit. Man, the feeling of when all your hard work really pays off. You know, that overwhelming sensation of turning in your name tag after sending your letter of resignation to your boss. Or that feeling of walking into the store you used to work the night shift at, which now you don't work there anymore. And that oh so wonderful feeling of Karen coming up to you and still treating you like an employee, even though you are literally there to hang up your smock and name tag for good. Yep. Even though you technically reverted back to a customer, Karen still treats you like an employee. In fact, Reddit user SheWolfGod1998 recently quit her job as a store clerk. But guess what? Karen doesn't care. In fact, Karen will still treat them like another employee. In today's post, Karen has a freakout at Walmart. You know, I'm beginning to think Walmart attracts a lot of weird and insane people on a consistent basis. Or is this a recent trend I'm looking into too much? Oh well, let's dive into the story. This I will never forget. I used to work at my local Walmart, but I only worked there for 3 months, then quit because I couldn't work the full schedule I was on. I worked the graveyard shift. That means I worked from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Fun! Whew, that's rough. I quit because I would sleep all day and be up all night, having no time for family or friends. And I couldn't do that, nor was I able to switch to the day shift since there was no openings for the day shift. After 3 weeks of me quitting, I returned to do some shopping and to return my vest and name tag. I was standing at the customer service waiting for the general manager to come get the vest and tag. As I was waiting, this woman, aka Karen, walks up right to me and crossed her arms and snarls at me. Oh boy, you know it's gonna be a dramatic one when Karen starts snarling. Let's see what conversation ensued. Quote, can I help you? Yes, I've been waiting for you to stop talking for nearly an hour. I've been here for 5 minutes. What do you want? I need help. I want to buy a TV, but I can't carry that. I don't work here, lady. The customer service girl holds in a giggle as she tries to calm down the Karen. Yes, you do. You do work here. I saw you just a month ago working here. I quit like 3 weeks ago. I no longer work here. Now, if you want help, how about you lose the terrible attitude of yours and nicely ask for help before demanding someone? Sheesh, no wonder people think you're annoying. Now, you know that's bad when people think that you are annoying and you really don't see it. I wonder what level of narcissism a Karen would be on. Maybe 100? Maybe 1,000? Who knows? Anyways, we continue. Now, we had problems with her multiple times. Karen goes on and on and on how she's gonna get me fired for this and how she knows the general manager. Psh, go ahead, I don't care. I don't work here. I put the tag and vest down on the counter and did my shopping. Sometimes the best reaction is no reaction whatsoever. Just keep walking, just keep walking. But I digress. Anyways, the general manager comes up and fist bumps me as it was our way of saying hey to each other. He tells me what Karen said and laughed. I swear that woman is crazy. I tried to tell her that you don't work here. Well, that's what I told her. Don't worry, if she does anything, she'll be banned. When you're good friends with your general manager, all is well with the world. I finished up my shopping, and what do you know? Karen slapped the general manager for being so inconsistent of her being assaulted by me. I mean, I didn't even put my hands on her. And the next thing she knew, she was banned and arrested for attacking the elderly. The general manager is 86. Okay, so here's the Urban Dictionary definition of what a Karen is. A Karen is any privileged middle-aged woman who treats employees like junk, even if said employee quits. And she can't see past her Karen selfishness scope to see that she, Wolf God 1998, is no longer an employee, but a customer. Because regular employees don't talk back to customers like that on a consistent basis. Except under special circumstances. Oh, okay, so maybe the Urban Dictionary doesn't outright say all of that. But you get the idea here. At least she, Wolf God 1998, doesn't have to deal with Karen twice. Because all Karens bear a nasty grudge. Try not to let Karen get within your range. Because if she does, be prepared to get hit with an assault accusation from her, even though she clearly came up to you first. Just like what happened to Reddit user MPin61. He was just trying to focus on helping his wife with the new home improvement ideas when Karen comes up and, why don't we just look into today's post for the rest of the story? I don't work here and revenge at the end. Oh, and by the way, get out a pen and paper and take some notes on what to do when Karen comes into your space. Okay, I finally got one. And I don't work here and a Karen story. For background, I own and operate a handyman business. I do remodels, flooring, painting, light, plumbing, electrical, basically anything that has to do with a house. When you have a handyman in your family, you know you're going to be asking for a lot of home improvement questions. I wonder if I can get my bathroom renovated, or my kitchen. Whoops, went off on a rabbit trail. Let's continue. Well, my wife wanted new flooring for the whole downstairs, so we went to the home improvement store, Rhymes with Slows. I shop a lot there, and everyone in the place knows me by name. Well, if everybody knows you, maybe you can get some good discounts? Hint, hint. I was showing my wife all the options and was talking her into vinyl plank flooring. I was showing her how it goes together and telling her about it being 100% waterproof, scratch-proof, etc. So after talking about 30 minutes, my wife picks out the style and color she likes and then goes off to look at some other things. As soon as my wife leaves and I start loading the plank, I hear the typical, "Excuse me." Thinking nothing of it, I keep loading. Next thing I know, I get a push from behind, and again, "Excuse me, it's about time you finish with that woman. Now you must help me." I say, sorry, no, I don't work here." Karen says, "Yes, you do. The other employees called you by name and you showed that woman what she needed." I say, sorry ma'am, that woman is my wife. Again, I don't work here." Now you would think that she would get the hint that he said, that's my wife. But again, this is Karen we're talking about. Let's see how she actually responded. Quote, Karen's voice goes up to a screech and says, "Stop lying and help me now." Honestly, she sounds like those J.G. Wentworth commercials that says, "It's my money and I need it now." I wonder if that's where she got the inspiration from. Anyways, we continue. I ignored her, went to load another box, and she grabs my arm and screeches, "Help me now or I will get you fired." How can you fire somebody that clearly stated, "I don't work here"? I pulled my arm away and said, "Leave me alone, freak!" She yells, "How rude! I will have your job!" and storms off. Trust me, Karen, nobody wants to work with you. I finish and go to find my wife. Shortly after, I hear in that Karen voice, "There he is! He assaulted me and was rude! What are you gonna do about it?" I turned to see Karen and Bill, the manager. Bill asked me what happened, and I tell him. Bill looks at Karen and says, "Sorry, ma'am, he really does not work here." Karen went off yelling, screaming, threatening to call corporate. You know, the normal Karen stuff. And poor Bill just had to listen. Then I left. Fast forward to 2 weeks later. I get a call for a flooring job. I arrive to look at the job and give a bid. Knock on the door, and lo and behold, who answers the door? None other than the Karen from the store. The look on her face was priceless, and my first words to her set her off. I looked at her and said, "Sorry, I don't work here," and left. Well, she got what she deserved, am I right? MPen61 keeps saying, "I don't work here," but I guess in Karen's language, that translates to, "I work here all day, every day, 24/7, 365. Total SMH. And there you have it. 2 retail stories where the customer gets to be treated like an employee by a screeching banshee of a Karen. And guess what? Where there are more Karens, there are more I Don't Work Here stories. So stay tuned for more. Until then, that's all for today. We'll be back for more annoying Karen encounters posts right here on Uproot Reddit. Oh, and just be aware of the wild Karens out there, everybody.